The American taxpayers are going to pay their way. You offer them $10 billion, they say, not enough. And I don't understand. This is taxpayer money, and this money can be used for rural broadband and other things, and I don't understand why you don't doing it by the book. I'm not the APA experts that you guys are. Say, okay, we hear you. Let me make you a new offer, $1 billion. And go read section, 326, that says we don't have to offer you any billion. And that's where I think we are. Now, that's not particularly politically astute. I understand there's some powerful players out there. You throw $77 billion in the middle of the ring, and the hogs are going to come from everywhere, all competing to be the tallest hog at the trough.
Hey everyone, welcome to Capital Insights. Let's dive into a fiery exchange that went down in the FSGG appropriations hearing. Senator John Kennedy grilled the FCC on billion-dollar decisions, taxpayer money, and insider trading allegations. Whether you follow politics, tech, or just love a good showdown, this one's got it all. Stay tuned because trust me, this affects all of us. And before we start, smash that subscribe button for more insightful breakdowns.
So they ought to be happy with that. They're not being kicked out of the C-band. They're just moving to another part. The American taxpayers are going to pay their way. You offer them $10 billion, they say, not enough. And I don't understand. This is taxpayer money, and this money can be used for rural broadband and other things, and I don't understand why you don't doing it by the book. I'm not the APA experts that you guys are. Say, okay, we hear you. Let me make you a new offer, $1 billion. And go read section, 326, that says we don't have to offer you any billion. And that's where I think we are. Now, that's not particularly politically astute. I understand there's some powerful players out there. You throw $77 billion in the middle of the ring, and the hogs are going to come from everywhere, all competing to be the tallest hog at the trough. I get that. But if you're going to be sued anyway, I don't understand why you don't just get tough. If you do the auction, and I know you will, and I know you'll do it by December 8th, can one big company, wireless company, come in and take all of it down, or are you going to try to make sure it's fairly dispersed, including to the smaller companies? Mr. Chairman.
Appreciate the question, Senator. First, I want to stress that these accelerated relocation payments and relocation payments generally are paid by carriers, not by taxpayers.
No, wait, Ajit. Money is fungible. For every penny that they give that supposedly goes to the incumbents is a penny less than the American taxpayer gets. Don't try that one on me. I mean, money is fungible, okay? Every penny that is paid in incentive payments, so technically by Verizon to Intelsat, is money coming from the American taxpayer. So that dog's not going to hunt.
Secondly, Senator, with respect, we believe that these payments would enlarge the size of the pie, so to speak. They're necessary to make the auction more successful by increasing the time value of the spectrum to would-be bidders.
I get it. We may just have to disagree on this, okay? I just think you can get a better deal. I know you can get a better deal. But are you going to are the auction rules such that one big company can come in and buy it all?
We opened it to competition from everybody. We specifically picked partial economic areas as a geographic area, which limits the amount of areas that can be aggregated quickly. The bigger carriers wanted economic areas, which are huge parts of geographic zones. So one of the reasons we chose PEAs was to enable some of the smaller rural carriers to participate. We're not going to game the auction in advance like some people wanted and say, these people are going to win and put our thumb on the scale. We believe in the free market. We don't believe in picking winners and losers before the auction's even held.
That. What's this about?
Senator, this is the first I've heard of that. I don't know what that's referring to or what you might be reading from.
Well, it's been in the paper. The saga kicked off in November when Intelsat's chief executive, Steven Spengler, met with the FCC Senior Counsel Nicholas Degani, apologize if I mispronounced the name, to discuss Intelsat's plan to sell spectrum in a deal that had been expected to result in a $7.4 billion payout to the company. That meeting occurred on November 6th. On November 6th, a 10 million share block of Intelsat stock was sold.
Senator, to be clear, I'm not aware of any insider trading allegation involving Mr. Degani or anyone else at the FCC.
You need to look at this.
I'd be happy to take a look at it, but the notion that either approving or dissenting of an order has anything whatsoever to do with an allegation of the type you're describing is repugnant. And I definitely would be happy to take a look at whatever allegation is, but I want to strongly defend the conduct both of the Commission staff, including Mr. Degani, and our career staff that have worked tirelessly on this entire effort in the public interest, not in any private interest whatsoever.
Well, just to be clear, I don't know what happened. I'm not saying anything happened.
Raised eyebrows. Kennedy brought up allegations of insider trading involving FCC staff and Intelsat. He cited a suspicious timeline. The FCC met with Intelsat, and the very next day, a massive stock sale occurred. The stock plummeted shortly after. Kennedy didn't accuse anyone directly but demanded answers about what really happened. Now, this might fall under the SEC's purview, but Kennedy is right. Transparency is key. What do you think? Is this just bad timing or something bigger? So what's the big takeaway? Senator Kennedy's questioning highlighted concerns about taxpayer dollars, fair competition, and transparency. The FCC's decisions on spectrum allocation impact us all, from our broadband speeds to our monthly bills. We need accountability, and hearings like this ensure these questions don't go unanswered. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown helpful, give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a deep dive into stories that matter. See you in the next one.